morning. How you guys doing? If you're seeing this right now, that means I've had a productive day. I hope you all are too. But if you're like, commenting, and subscribed, that means you fuck with me, which means I fuck with you. Period. So today, guys, is another story time. I have mentioned RJ in a few of my other stories, so I figured it was time to tell my story about him. I've known him for many, many years. He recently, well, I guess it's not recent. It's really still hard to believe he passed away August of 2020. In order to talk about RJ, I have to mention this friend, and she definitely has some more story times. I'm gonna name her Sloth. Okay, Sloth was the only thing I could think of to represent how slow this bitch was. She had failed a couple grades, couldn't read, couldn't write. You know what I'm saying? Come to find out, because when we kids, we ain't worried about schoolwork or none of that. You know, as we got older, I started noticing, like, girl, you can't read, and then I ain't never seen you write nothing down. Like, can you spell? She was a part of the block that I grew up on. So the same block that I had met Usher on, the same block that I had met Lucky on, the same block. She lived like a few houses down from me on that block. So when we were younger, you know, we did what kids do. I would go to her house, we'd play outside, we had sleepovers. She did my hair a few times. I did her hair a few times. We was just, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood girls. We was just on the block outside all the time. I used to go to church with her and her family. We were just friends. We were best friends. So the older we got, I started noticing little stuff about her, like this girl always throwing a little shade, or this girl always, you know what I'm saying? I could tell, like, when we would go around her other friends, the energy towards me would be a little different. Like, I started realizing, like, maybe this girl be talking about me when I'm not around. Just little stuff like that. So we getting older. This is around the time, I want to say this is when I came back from college and started going to community college. And this might have been after my first time with, what did I name him? Kanan. So after that first time with Kanan, when I was getting caught kissing that boy at Little Caesars, this was like after that I end up actually moving in with Sloth. And if you have watched all my other story times, some relationships may seem like they overlapping, but mind your business. Okay, just pay attention to the story at hand. So, right, I was staying with my auntie, and I ended up moving in with Sloth. She had got her a little apartment. She actually had her a son at this point. She actually had a son when we were really young. She had a son when we were like 16. You know what I'm saying? She had a son really early, so she ended up getting this apartment, and I was over there all the time, so I ended up moving in. It was actually me, her, and one of her female cousins or whatever, and her brothers used to be over there all the time. It was really like a party house, you know what I'm saying? So, like I mentioned in a couple of my other stories, I was going to community college, and I was also working in the office or whatever. She would get these monthly checks or whatever. So rent should be covered. You know what I'm saying? And this actually don't have nothing to do with this story. This actually may come up in another story. I mean, but I could tell it. It's supposed to be about RJ. So, right. So I'm basically staying with Sloth or whatever, and we going out all the time. She meets this guy. I'm going to name him Gremlin, right? So she meets Gremlin. She called me one day like, hey, me and Gremlin is going out. I want you to come. He has a friend. His name is RJ. I think you'll really like him. And I'm like, okay. Because at the time, you know what I'm saying, I'm dating around. I'm messing with whoever I was messing with. And it is what it is. I'm single. I'm mingling. I can meet RJ. So we link up. We actually go over to Gremlin's house. Now, Gremlin and RJ was roommates or whatever. So we go over there. I meet RJ. Instantly, I'm attracted to him. The man is so fine. He dressed so nice. He was into like everything designer. He was into jewelry. He had the watches, the chains, just a flossy type of guy. I noticed that off rip. So I'm instantly attracted to him. He was super smooth. He was just, you know what I'm saying, great sense of humor. He was silly, you know what I'm saying? So we hit it off as soon as we met. So that was the first night, just going over there, chilling, drinking. Me and Sloth go back to her house. So weeks are passing. We steady linking up with them. We'll go to the strip club. And Gremlin and RJ was the type of guys that, like, they the ones throwing the most money at the club. You know what I'm saying? They buying up the bar everywhere we go. It's just a good time every time we link, right? So I want to say, like, maybe the 4th or 5th time we linked up with them, me and Sloth end up spending the night at Gremlin and RJ house. So, you know what I'm saying? Gremlin and Sloth go in his room and they do their thing. And I end up in the room with RJ and we did our thing. It was amazing. You know what I mean? It was up on the list with the top 5, for sure. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool. You know what I'm saying? The next morning, after we got it in for the first time, Sloth, and one thing about her, she definitely could cook her ass off. So I wake up in the morning and she cooking breakfast. So I go in the kitchen and I'm talking to her like, girl, we had a good night. She like, you like him? I'm like, yeah. And she like, oh, okay, well, that's cool. And, you know, it wasn't the typical response you would expect from your friend, especially when you hook me up with him. It was kind of like, oh, okay. Like, she was kind of like surprised and then kind of mad about it too. Like, okay, like, girl, that was weird. So I get, you know, she made me and RJ plates. So I had took the plates back in the room with RJ and we started to eat our food. So we just sitting there laughing, talking, and he like, you know, I really like you. I'm like, I like you too. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you should be my girlfriend. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, you should be my girlfriend. Like, why not? We have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be together. Let's just do this all the time. I'm like, okay. So, boom, y'all. That was my boyfriend. Literally. So, time is going on. Weeks and weeks are passing. I'm noticing that, I was about to say her name. Sloth is linking up with Gremlin. And I'm linking up with RJ, but we always separate. We rarely, you know, link up all together. So I had asked her one day, like, hey, what you and Gremlin doing tonight? I noticed, like, we ain't all linked up no more. She like, oh, well, me and Gremlin is thinking about moving, because my friend Sloth had literally, you know, because I stayed with her in her apartment. She was barely at her apartment. You know what I'm saying? She had basically moved in with Gremlin. She was never at home. So I'm asking her, like, why we don't be linking up all together no more. She basically telling me that her and Gremlin is thinking about getting a separate place, getting their own house, and then RJ is going to move and get his own house. He's not going to stay, you know, in that house that they had together. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's what's up. She like, yeah, and I don't know about you and RJ. I'm like, what you mean? She like, I mean, I ain't want to tell you, but he be messing with this person, that person. I had tried to hook him up with my cousin a while ago, and I think he still be talking to her. And I'm just standing there like, why wouldn't you tell me all of this before you hooked us up? Like, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Seeing how she started acting after I started fucking with him, I'm guessing she didn't think we would go as far as we did, or, you know what I'm saying, fuck with each other as hard as we was. You know what I'm saying? At this point, from the point he asked me to be his girlfriend, it had been like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So this my boyfriend 2 weeks at this point. And you talking about he might be smashing your cousin. You know he dealing with this person and that person. Apparently, that's why Gremlin don't want to link up with me and RJ, because Sloth will be with Gremlin and RJ will be with somebody else. So she be playing it crazy like that when she's supposed to be my friend, and she put me up on him. So I'm like, that's just what I'm getting from it. She not saying that, but, you know, 2 and 2 is adding up to 4 at this point. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of mad you didn't tell me that before I started fucking with him. She was like, well, I'm telling you now, so, you know, do what you will with the information, basically. I'm like, okay, I'm not really tripping, whatever. I never addressed RJ about it. I never said anything, because honestly, when we was together, we had fun. When we wasn't together, I wasn't worried about what was going on, because of course I'm still doing what I do, like whatever. So I say a couple days passed after me and Sloth had that conversation. RJ calls me and I'm at Sloth's apartment or whatever, and Sloth is there. Actually, it was a couple people there. So RJ called me like, hey, I'm about to pull up. I want you to come outside. I'm like, okay. So he pull up. I go outside in the parking lot. We talking. He had a little bottle. We start drinking or whatever. So we start getting, you know what I'm saying, frisky in the car or whatever, in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? The parking lot is dark. You know what I'm saying? We in the hood. Ain't no lit up parking lot. So we get it in the car, in the parking lot. It was definitely a quickie, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't know what he wanted to see me for, but, you know, we was talking a little bit and we ended up doing that and he ended up leaving. So I guess that's what he came for, but, you know, it seemed a little weird because he was like, I want to talk to you type of thing. But we never talked. We just, you know, did what we did in the car and then he left. I'm like, okay, whatever. So another couple of days passed and he texted me out the blue, like I hadn't talked to him all day, and he texted me out the blue like, I don't think this is gonna work. So I call him and I'm like, what are you talking about? He like, you know, I just got a lot going on. You know, I got a couple other situations and I do like you. I am feeling you, but I don't want to break your heart. I don't want to waste your time. And this is just not what I want right now. I'm getting ready to move. And, you know, I just need to get myself together. I need to focus on this, focus on that. Just da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, my little feelings was hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because I really liked him. I really was, like, feeling him. And I'm thinking, even though I still talk to other people and I heard what he was doing, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? We still building something. So I don't remember what I said. I just know my feelings was hurt. Right? So another couple weeks go past. Sloth ends up getting a house with Gremlin, and you know, me and her still cool. RJ is still around. I don't talk to him as much. I don't see him as much. We definitely don't be hunching or doing none of that no more. So, you know what I'm saying? We just cordial. If I see him and say, hey, what's up? And then it is what it is. So I would go over to Gremlin and Sloth house sometimes, chill with them, kick it with them. So this one particular day, I'm over there, and they get to arguing. Right now, their relationship ended up being so toxic, like too toxic. I may tell a couple more stories, but you know what I'm saying, that's really her story. But for this part, this is one of the situations I was there. So I'm sitting there on the couch, and I told you she had, you know, a son or whatever, and he was probably about maybe 2 or 3. I don't know about the timeline, but I'm sitting there playing with her son or whatever. We watching TV, and Sloth and Gremlin is in the kitchen, and I hear them arguing about like some money or something she did that she wasn't supposed to do. They just arguing. So I hear glass break. So I take the son, you know what I'm saying, I take him in the room and cut his TV on in his room, and I close the door. So I walk in the kitchen, and you know what I'm saying, they scuffling at this point. They like kind of wrestling, but like standing up. So he basically tried to grab her, and she got her arms around his neck. They just doing this weird ass bear hug wrestle shit, and I'm like, what is y'all doing? What is y'all doing? I'm like, stop. So he put her down, and she goes to the door and walks outside on the porch. So I go on the porch with her, and I'm like, what's going on? She was like, this not his first time putting his hands on me. Ebony, I'm so tired of this. And I'm like, calm down. Like, what is y'all fighting over? Next thing you know, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, calm my friend down, see what's wrong. This nigga comes out the door. Now, how her porch was set up, you know what I'm saying, when you walk up on the porch, it's like from the side. So the whole porch is right here, and then it's a railing, and then it's bushes in front of the house. And then, so if I'm the door, you walk up on the porch this way. So if we standing in front of the door, he pushes the door open, which kind of separates me and her. So he opens the door, and I end up behind the door. He pushed her over the railing in the bushes. I'm talking about, and all she had on was like a long t-shirt, and I want to say like maybe some booty shorts under the t-shirt. So he pushed her legs go up in the air. It's looking like a motherfucking UFC, motherfucking WWE wrestling match on this porch, and she just fall, legs up, arms up, and I'm just standing there like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I just start cussing him out and trying to help her out the bushes. Like you a hoe ass nigga. What's wrong with you putting your hands on her? You a bitch ass nigga. Da. So I'm cussing him out while I'm steady trying to pull her up. This nigga Gremlin says,
what you want her to be sucking dick in the car like you?
sucking dick in the car. So obviously RJ then told him how he pulled up on me a minute ago, and we had did what we did in the car. So I'm like, sucking dick in the car? I said, I'd rather be sucking dick in the car than getting picked up out the bushes. Nigga, she like, hold on. I'm like, no, I'm just saying you talking about me, but your bitch in the bushes. Your bitch in the bushes. You would push your bitch in the bushes. She need to be sucking some dick. Why would she suck your dick? I'm just going off. That's really all I remember from that situation, but it was just so crazy, like, how that relationship ended up turning out. But whatever, after that day, he ended up apologizing to me, you know what I'm saying? RJ told me that in confidence. I should have never said that, you know what I'm saying? I don't be going around talking about other people's business. Trust me, I ain't saying nothing to nobody else. And honestly, I feel like RJ was my man at that point, so I don't really care about what I did. I definitely don't care about him telling you like his best friend, but you trying to throw it in my face while I'm picking your girl about the bushes was just uncalled for, because in comparison, baby, I would never be getting picked up on no bushes. Okay? Now, mind you, this is before the whole Kanan saga, so I would never be getting picked up on no bushes. But, so anyway, that happened, you know what I'm saying, weeks, months is going by or whatever. So I'm still cool with Sloth. I'm still going over there with her and Gremlin. We still be going out. I'm not messing with RJ no more. I hear about him. I see him from time to time, but I'm not messing with him. So this one particular night, week goes out. I met Sloth and Gremlin at this bar or whatever. It was like a BYOB type of party, like a hall, you know what I'm saying, somewhere in the city. So I meet them up there. Sloth is up there with a couple of her cousins already, and then Gremlin is there with a couple of his friends. So we sitting there, we drinking, we talking, we dancing, whatever. I hear Gremlin like, RJ here, he just called me. I'm like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? I get butterflies because, you know what I'm saying? I still liked him. He did break my heart, but anytime I would see him, it would be like, you know what I'm saying? The last couple times I did see him, I was at Sloth and Gremlin house, like on some chill shit, ponytail, you know what I'm saying? Little lounge clothes. I actually did my little 1-2 for this little, get together. So I was excited to see him, you know what I'm saying? I was looking good, you feel me? So I'm like, ooh, RJ here. So I'm sipping my drink, waiting for him to come in. I say about 5, 6, 7 minutes had passed. He still ain't walked in. So I had to say something to Gremlin like, didn't I hear you say RJ was here? He was like, yeah, I did say, hold on, let me see. So I guess he walked away to either call him or maybe look outside. And, I'm standing there talking to Sloth, whatever. I look over. I see Gremlin running back through the crowd over there to us. And I'm like, I tap Sloth like, hey, something going on. He come back over there like, we gotta go. He like, grab the bottles, grab y'all shit, we gotta go. I'm like, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go with them. I'm not gonna stay by myself. You know what I'm saying? I also want to see what the fuck going on. So we get outside, and apparently RJ had got into it. I don't know if it was somebody in the line. I don't know if it was the bouncer, but he had got into it with somebody. So when we get outside, I see people like holding RJ back, Gremlin grabbing RJ. RJ got his hand on his hip, you know what I'm saying, grabbing his thing. So me and Sloth run towards my car. We get in the car. We waiting for Gremlin to call, to say something, you know what I'm saying? Because we ran to the car because Gremlin like, go to the car. What we gonna stand out there for? So me and Sloth is sitting in the car. We just waiting. She like, maybe we should hit the corner. I'm like, I don't know. It's too much going on in front of that building. I don't want to be riding past the building slow and something pop off and we get hit because we trying to see what's going on. She like, you right. She like, well, just ride to the end of the corner. As soon as I go to put my car, you know what I'm saying, in reverse and then drive off, all we hear is pop, 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 pop. Like, I can't do the sounds, but it's raining gunfire. Like, it's a shootout. It's like literally a shootout. So I'm in the middle of pulling off, so I slam on my brakes and I reverse, and she like, what you doing? Go around there. I'm like, girl, I'm going the opposite way. She's like, my nigga over there. Like, girl, he might not be over there no more. So she in the passenger seat yelling, and I'm like, fuck. So I actually had reversed and went the other way around the corner, you know what I'm saying? Because the bar was really like on the corner we was on. So when I reversed and went around, you know what I'm saying, I went the long way to go around the corner. So soon as we riding past, getting close to the bar, I guess Gremlin had seen us, or he probably was jumping in the first car he seen. I don't even know if he knew that was us, because it's like soon as I got close enough to the bar, he jumps in the car. He's like, go, 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 go. And I'm like, where we going? He like, just drive. I'm like, where's RJ? He like, that nigga gone. I'm like, he gone? What the fuck? So whoever he was arguing with, they ended up busting shots. Police was not far away. You know what I'm saying? So RJ went to jail. And you know what I'm saying? I still don't know what's going on. So by the end of the night, I don't really know if I found out what happened at that time, but I know the next morning I have to take what's his face, Gremlin and Sloth to the precinct, because apparently Gremlin had gave RJ Sloth's keys, because they had rode in Sloth's car. So Gremlin gave RJ Sloth's keys. He got into Sloth's car trying to get away, and when he got arrested, they took her car, you know what I'm saying, confiscated her car and took him to jail. So I have to take them to the precinct the next day to, I guess, give a statement, because I don't know what RJ said in there, but for some reason, Sloth and Gremlin had to give a statement or something like that. So I'm sitting in the precinct lobby, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone. I'm actually texting Usher's sister, because me and her were still cool at this point. So I'm texting Usher's sister like, I don't know what's going on. I'm here at the precinct. I think RJ shot somebody. I'm not sure what's going on. She's like, okay, let me know. So after Sloth goes in the back and comes back out, she like, yeah, they about to come and try to take our phones. I'm like, why? So Sloth then went back there and said, you know, we all was there. She said, even, you know, the girl in the lobby, she named everybody that was there, I guess, as a witness, or I'm not sure what, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know how this shit worked to this day, so I definitely don't remember what was going on then. So she telling me basically that RJ had his CCW and he had shot somebody, and he was gonna say it was self-defense, even though it wasn't, basically. You know what I'm saying? So I still got my phone. I'm still texting Usher's sister, and I'm telling her what Sloth told me. You know what I'm saying? I'm texting her that. So time is going on. They eventually take all of our phones. I'm not thinking nothing of it, because I barely talk to RJ. You know what I'm saying? All of our messages that we do got are super old. I don't got nothing going on in my phone. I don't understand nothing about my rights. I don't understand nothing about what they can and can't do. So somehow they got to take my phone. By the end of it all, once I get my phone back, we leave the precinct. I don't know if it was the same day or the next day. Sloth ends up telling me that RJ is getting charged based on what I had in my phone. They were able to charge him. And I said, what was in my phone? They talking about the messages between me and Usher's sister, me saying that, oh, he got his CCW. He just gonna say it was self-defense, even though it wasn't. So she mad at me. Gremlin mad at me. I don't know how RJ feel, because he's in jail. They trying to tell me it's my fault that he's getting arrested or he's getting charged, and now he don't got no bail and he got to wait for court and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what? She just like, you dumb as hell. Whatever I told you should have never been text to anybody. That's just not smart. You really want to be about this life, but you're not about this life. That's just the dumbest shit you could have did. Now it's your fault. I don't care what anybody say. It's your fault. It's your fault. You better be scared when RJ get out. Scared? What? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put two and two together, and 2 and 2 is adding up to 20, and then it's like a variable, a X, Y, and Z. Like, what is happening? What are you talking about? why, what? You know what I'm saying? It still don't make sense to this day, but you know what I'm saying? That's what they were saying. So time is going on. RJ actually ended up calling me from jail. You know what I'm saying? I ended up putting money on my phone and everything so I could talk to him. We only talked a couple times, but he didn't say nothing about my text messages. He was just like, you know, I'm not going to be in here for long. I've been thinking about a lot and I miss you. And, you know, when I get out, I want to fuck back with you and all this other shit, all this other shit. So I'm going to just leave it right there because, you know, he did eventually get out and it didn't go exactly how we wanted it to go because by the time he got out, I had twins. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it right there for now. But stay tuned for the next RJ story. And until next time, be productive, be safe, and have fun. What up, though? What's going on? How y'all doing? If you are seeing this right now, that means I've had a productive day. I hope you are too. What up, though? What's going on? How y'all doing? If you are seeing this right now, that means I've had a productive day. I hope you all too. What up, though?